Building Gunpla's especially clear color version is quite challenging, and also it's quite messy. So you have a lot of things to consider and also a lot of preparations. For example, from cutting out the piece from the runner, from sanding, buffing, polishing, and restoring on its white color. So the results were gonna be like this, but of course, it takes a lot of hard work. But don't worry guys, I'm gonna show you all the steps and the methods on how to remove the nub marks from the clear parts. Now guys, before anything else, I know there's a lot of ways how to remove the nub marks, especially on the clear color parts. Now, I just want to share a very simple technique that I discovered, and it ended pretty well on my kits, especially on the clear parts. So I hope you guys like it. Just please leave a comment below if you have any suggestions or anything that you might like to add. Alright, so let's begin. Okay, so let's start. As you can see, there's a small part here from the runners. I did not cut right through closer to the piece, so it won't gonna damage the plastic. We will cut this one for one last time closer to the piece. Alright, there you go. And let's go with the second process is the sanding. I'm using a nano file stick here, a nano glass file rather. And guys, before you do the sanding, please do wear a mask. Okay, so I always dip my nano glass file to avoid the sandy part, especially if you're start sanding the piece. Now, by sanding, I always go with one direction. Just go up or you can go down, and it's up to you, but I usually goes one direction, always going up. Okay, so let's check. Alright, so it's almost done. So let's try to proceed with the buffing. Now on the buffing, I usually use this buffer stick. It's a soft finish. It has two sides, which is the one is for the buffing and one is for the polishing. I usually cut this into a small piece so that I can easily maneuver, and it's very easy to hold with. If the nub marks are still there, you can go back to nano glass file and remove the remaining nub marks before you proceed to the buffing and polishing. Okay, so we're almost done, and let's check what we got here. And so far, we've got a nice polished clear parts, and the nub mark is totally removed. Now the second method is we are going to use the nail buffer stick, which is very common before that. Most of the hobbyists, they usually use this one instead of sandpaper because this one has a different types of grit in each sides. Okay, so we have this kind of a result now. This is the perfect time to use the nano glass file, considering this is still a runner that closes to the subject, and the goal here is to remove this one before it becomes a nub mark. What I also like about the nano glass file is while you're sanding, you can see through the result. So this is a pretty good tool guys for sanding, and even if not for the clear parts or even for the regular kits, it's quite useful because you don't have to guess it if you mismanage the sanding or overdo it. Now at this point, you can see that the num mark is not quite visible already. However, we cannot be sure, so we need to buff the affected area for good and more results. Basically, I use this kind of buffer because take note that we are using a different technique. First we use the nail buffer stick, then nano glass, right? So this one has a bigger grit compared to this buffer soft finish. So we're gonna use this one and followed with the soft finish. So let's continue. So basically, the larger buffers or the larger buffer stick, it looks like this, so it's a bit hazy or smoke. So that's why we need the softer finish in able to eliminate those kind of smoke result. Then after that, if it's look like this, we're gonna apply now the polisher. And guys, you will gonna be surprised for the result. It's because even me, when I'm doing this video, I was really fascinated the result. So that's why I decided to share this with you. So that's it guys, and I hope you liked the video, and please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as well, so that you won't miss a thing. And before we wrap up, shout out to my fellow Cebuanos, the Gunpla Cebu community, Cebu Mecha Society, and all the way from Manila, the Gunpla Builders family, to a non-stop hobby shop here in Cebu, the Zaku Cebu, and of course, special shout out to my Dragon Boat team, the Cebu Mighty Dragons. So guys, I hope this tutorial will gonna be more useful in your future build, especially for the clear color kits. And good luck, peace, love, and building Gunplas. Support Filipino bloggers, and bye for now.